Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Myself Akshat Mishra, and in this video we'll be upsolving the equal Hamming distance question from CodeChef Starters 75. So the problem was that chef was given two strings A and B, each having length n. Chef wants to find the number of binary strings C of length n such that HAC is equal to HBC, where HXY denotes the Hamming distance between the strings X and Y. So here Hamming distance is quite popular in CP. So let me tell you what it is. Between two strings of equal length is the number of positions at which the corresponding characters are different. So suppose we are given two strings 1 0 1 0 1 1 and 1 0 0 1 0 1. So the positions in which the strings are different are the third position 1 0, the fourth position 0 1, and the fifth position 1 and 0. So Hamming distance between these two strings is 3. Okay, so now we are given two strings A and B, and we need to find the number of binary strings C such that HAC is equal to HBC is equal to HXY. Okay, so let's see a test case. For example, if we have a string 1 1 and if we have a string 0 0, then the number of strings such that Hamming distance of HAC and Hamming distance of HBC is equal is 2, and those two strings would be 0 and 1 0 and 0 1 and 0. Okay. So yeah, now let me show you how you can make the number of binary strings. So suppose you need to find the binary string C such that the Hamming distances of both are equal. So if the positions in which both A and B string are equal, in those positions we have two choices. We can either fill 1 or we can fill 0. So what we can do, because it remains the same, if it's different then the Hamming distance would be incremented by 1, and if it's the same then Hamming distance would remain same, so it has no effect. So in those cases we can where A and B are same, we can have two choices for the position of C, and here also we have two choices. Here we need to maintain a count of this, so for this I'll maintain the count as plus plus. Here also the count would increase by 1. Here also the count would increase by 1 of Hamming distance, because here we don't know what we actually need to fill. Okay, and in the last case again we have two choices, either 1 or we can fill 0. So a good approach to do this question would be that we maintain an answer variable, and every time the positions where A and B are equal, we would multiply that answer variable by 2, and like this we would iterate through the string. And for this count variable, where the Hamming, where the strings are different, and for those positions we would we have 3 pockets where the two strings are different. So in one case what we can do is we could make the first string and the C string equal. So Hamming distance of H AC would be increased by 1 in that case, and HAB would remain same. In the second case we can increase HAB by 1, I mean HBC by 1, by taking the character in the character in binary string, by making the character same as in the binary string B. So one time our counter of this increases, one time our counter of this increases. Now for the third case, we know that we can't make both of them same. So if count is equal to odd, then we can never make Hamming distances of both the strings equal. That case would be 0. Okay, and what about the other case? When let's say if we have 4, then one time we can increase HAC, one time we can increase HBC, again one time we can increase HAC, and in similar fashion half of the time would increase HAB and half of the time would increase HAC. So now this becomes a standard question of NCR, where we have 4 pockets and we have to fill half of the pockets of one category and other half would be filled as it is. So HAC would be filled once, HAC would be filled another time, so it would become 4C2, because we need to make pairs of this. Okay, so thus for the answer we need to just find the count of the elements where the strings are different, and we would make count C count by 2, and this would give us the answer. Okay, let's check the code of the problem. So I've taken 2 strings and I'll input them, and I'll maintain a answer variable, set it equal to 1, and the count checks for whether the strings are same or different. If they are different, then the counter increases. So yeah, if the strings at the particular indexes are different, then the counter increases, otherwise answer would be multiplied by 2. And at the end, if we'll check if counter mod 2 is equal to 1, that means if count is odd, then we would never be able to make Hamming distances equal, hence answer would be 0 in that case. Otherwise, if count is greater than 0, then we'll find this factor NCR, which would be count comma count by 2, because we are gonna make pairs in that case, and divide it by mod. Mod is basically that 10 to power 9 plus 7. I have taken it above, as you can see, and NCR you can find it by standard function method of taking mod inverse. So I hope you understood the code, and thanks for watching. Do like and share and subscribe.